Picture this. You've been asked to give a talk in which you explain how photosynthesis works. The tricky part is, you'll be giving this talk to two different audiences. One is a group of kindergartners, and one is a group of college students in a biology class. What will be different about the way you explain this concept to the two audiences? Chances are, when talking to the kindergartners, you'll use basic vocabulary and analogies, and probably have a different tone of voice. You may also need to work harder to keep this group focused and paying attention than you would the college students. This process of determining how to adapt your speech to best reach different listeners is known as audience analysis. It's a crucial component of effectively delivering a message, whether you're speaking to a group of 1 or 1,000. Before preparing a speech, ask yourself 3 basic questions about the audience. Number 1, who are they? Number 2, what do I want them to know, believe, or do? And number 3, what is the best way to accomplish this? To answer the first question, who is the audience, we need to dig deeper than a literal description. We must understand what specific characteristics the audience shares that might influence how they understand and interpret information. You can think of this like learning to speak the audience's unique language. The first way that we do this is to consider audience demographics. Demographics are audience traits such as age, gender, religion, sexual orientation, physical ability, racial, ethnic, and cultural background, education level, and income. When thinking about how to adapt your speech to certain demographics, it's important to avoid stereotyping. For example, a group of female accountants would probably not appreciate a speaker who opened a speech about new company policies with, "We all know women like to clean, so let's talk about how to clean up our audit procedures." While this is an extreme example, it's easy to make generalizations or assumptions about your audience based on their demographics that might not be so obvious. An investment banker might wrongly assume that a group of college students are not interested in investing because she knows the students have a limited income. In making this assumption, the speaker has potentially missed the opportunity to sell investment products to this particular audience by simply explaining that investing can start with a very small amount of money. The second set of characteristics to take into account when analyzing your audience is called situational factors. These are things like the size of the audience, the physical setting of the speech, the audience's feelings about the speaker and the occasion, and the audience's feelings and prior knowledge about the topic. For example, your method of delivery for a speech to 100 factory workers who are about to get laid off from their job would be very different than your delivery to the same audience who are about to get a surprising Christmas bonus. You would need to use a different tone and different language to convey sympathy versus excitement. Similarly, you would probably not use the same method of delivery for an online presentation about meditation as you would if you were speaking in person to a group of 1,000 attendees at a yoga practitioners conference. You would likely need to change your tone, your voice, and perhaps even your examples and visual aids. To wrap up, keep in mind that being an effective speaker is much more than saying words that sound nice. Your message is meaningless if it's not presented in a way that makes sense to your specific audience. Remember this rule. The audience remembers the speech they heard, not the speech you think you delivered.